Hey folks, it's Egwin here from Beyond Systems. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm talking about the importance of acknowledgement of physical sensation and of physical change. And more importantly, how this relates to you actually being able to superboost whatever activity, physical activity in a positive sense you are doing. Whether you are going to the gym, you are doing yoga, you're doing meditation, whatever it might be, or you're just incorporating a couple of regular movement nuggets in your regular day and you just get back into a natural movement practice, or even you've been at the therapist lately and you go back home and you observe the changes that are happening. So stay tuned. This is really a tiny mind hack, but it is so important. See, more often than not, when we do something, someone goes to the gym, someone does an exercise class, or follows a teacher along in a yoga class or something like that, then they are there in this present moment, they do the exercises, they might feel some tenderness, some pain in one or the other areas. They might see, ooh, okay, today it's more difficult than the last time, or something like that. But what is rarely talked about is what actually happens in the time of the workout and how does it affect the body, our emotions, and our mind and our thoughts. More often than not, at the beginning of a workout, our body is in a certain status. It's in a certain tension status, which is normal. We have certain emotional patterns going on. We have certain thoughts going on. Every single time we do something with our body, whether it's going for a run, it's going to meditation, yoga, fitness training, whatever it might be, or just making our breakfast, something changes in our body. Because in relation to what we just started out from, we change the whole movement pattern, we change the tension pattern in the body. Every single tension in the body, every single structural position in the body will facilitate the expression of certain emotions and of certain thoughts also. When we pay attention to what's the status in which we start a practice, a non-judgmental recognition and acknowledgement of, hang on, okay, this is how I feel right now, today. This is the starting point of optimizing your workout and of improving your overall well-being even more. So this is the tiny little thing you need to do before you go and actually start to work out, before you actually start your yoga class, whatever it might be. For 5 or 10 seconds, become conscious of how your body feels. Maybe move a tiny little bit, move your joints a bit, your legs, your spine, and just recognize, okay, today my spine feels free. There is a little bit of dynamic going on in the body. I feel strong. Or the opposite, maybe there is a little bit of tenderness, a little bit of tightness, whatever it might be. It's not so important what it is, as it is that you do recognize the status. Consciously make yourself aware of what's the current status. Then do your workout, whatever it is. And at the end of it, give yourself another 10, 20, 30 seconds, a minute if you have the time for it, and observe what changed in the body. What changed in your sensations, what changed in your emotions. Again, you might be able to say, compared to this reference point from before the training, now my muscles feel a little bit weak because I just used them. There is maybe more blood flow going on. Now I feel more mobile, or maybe a little bit more tense, depending on what you did. I feel lighter in terms of my thoughts, in terms of more emotions. There is more flow, there is more dynamic in there. Whatever it might be, again, just recognize it. This is so important because what is happening? Normally, when we do not pay attention to those things, all of those interesting elements change in the body, but without us noticing. Our mind, more often than not, stays attached to what we consider to be the important things. So we sort of clinch on to the rail track of thoughts that we started at the beginning of that day. And whatever sensation was present then is part of that rail track that we hold on to throughout all of our day. And we will not deviate from it because we know this is what we have to do. This is how I feel. But we do not know that consciously. We only perceive it, maybe as an annoyance. We perceive it as something that is given, that is there. When we pay attention to change, physical, emotional, mental change, sensomotoric feedback change from the body, we open ourselves to the possibility of actually shifting our mood, of actually shifting our physical status from, today I'm tired, to, whoa, okay, today I really feel empowered. And we give ourselves that power by recognizing and consciously engaging with that even more. Whenever we lift something up into the conscious, our mind will integrate it in what is going on right now. So when you come out after class and you recognize, whoa, okay, I feel a lot better now, and you don't just recognize it while walking past real quick, like, oh yeah, true, I feel a lot better now because someone told you, you look better now. But you actually give yourself the time and realize, blood is flowing better, I feel more grounded, I feel more upright, whatever it is. That's amazing. Because this supercharges and reconfirms the new status. And it also opens the mind up to the possibility of change. And that's maybe the most important thing of it at all. When you manage to open your mind to the possibility of change, this means that you will be able to tackle problems way simpler. This means that if you need treatment, whether it's psychological, physical, medical, whatever nature it might be, and you are used to acknowledging the possibility of change, whatever treatment you get will have more of a positive impact, because it's not just going to a therapist, lying down, being massaged, maybe getting an amazing osteopathic or craniosacral therapy, and then walking home and saying, yeah, okay, feels interesting right now, yeah, okay. Somehow my coordination is a little bit off. Of course, and hopefully your coordination is a little bit off compared to the moment when you walked in that room. Because the status, when you walked in that room, most likely is one where you didn't feel well. So when you walk out, pay conscious attention to, okay, it feels a little weird maybe right now, but in a good way. And then pay attention, not just that day, but also the next following days. Find that thread, that positively influenced thread, through therapy influenced thread in this specific example. And this will help change that someone else helps you to achieve to even stick with you even better. It will help you to reach your goals quicker. It will help you to be way quicker in problem solving and so on. And this recognition We could go very scientific and very specific about what's going on when you recognize and so on. But the thing is this, when you recognize something that otherwise would lie down dormant in the subconscious, not so much aware from your current conscious mind, then again, you're holding on to things that keep you trapped for quite some time already. Every single day, so much is happening. So many shifts are happening in your body in both directions, from positive to negative, quote unquote, from negative to positive. When you become aware of that flux, it will also show you the dynamic and diversity of life. It will help you to stay more focused and more positive, because you will not be cemented in one narrow framework anymore. That's where the importance of conscious recognition of change comes in. All right, I'm going to leave you with this right now. If you have questions regarding this, if you want to know more about that, reach